All right, New Zealand show. Back with another Cam, but he's riding solo tonight, and fair to say, I reckon Cam Bray might get a couple of drive-bys. Cam Kirkwood, firstly, welcome, mate.
Cheers, mate. Cheers. Yeah, good to be back.
Very, very condensed show tonight. I probably been a touch busy, but there's probably not a lot going on right at the minute. It's about to hot up though. But the racing scene, like you wear a few hats, but you work for Harness Racing New Zealand as well. Probably just a bit quiet over there as well as like it is here in Australia.
Yeah, no, it's pretty quiet. We've got our first probably proper Cup lead-up race at the end of the month, so things will ramp up pretty quickly. We've got some nice horses stepping out at the trials and workouts though, so no, it's going to slowly ramp up.
From an administration point of view, the new season and changing, like we can see it here that it's going to be a great end to the season just with the amount of races that are coming and it, the weather starting to, like we've got sunshine outside but still very cold, but that weather changing and racing in a good time. Are you guys looking forward to that part over there as well now?
Yeah, I mean, from an administration point of view, it's been a wee bit not messy, but just interesting trying to find your feet as to how it'll, because obviously it's a one-off. But it should be it's going to be exciting. It's going to be good with all the age group races coming through and horses remaining their age for another 5-6 months.
We were probably a little bit different over here because of COVID. We were able to almost stop, if you like, and reprogram in that. Well, you guys are still trying to race the good races that were programmed up until Christmas and then reset after Christmas. So you've got a fair bit on your plate, haven't you?
Yeah, so we've got the transition period, which is going to have a few the top races, then reset, as you said, after Christmas for a full year, and then it's not going to be till the year after 2023 that we're actually going to be running a full year of racing. So it's definitely a long process. But
it'll be fun, and I from an Australian, I can tell you that it's looking quite good. We both wear a few hats. The breeders' seminars, the New Zealand breeders' seminars. What is the official title? I spoke to Brad Reed last week about them, but I didn't actually ask him the official title of those. But you've got some seminars running over there in New Zealand.
Yeah. I don't know the official name of them either. I just call them exactly that, breeding seminars. There's 3 of them around the country. One in Auckland for the North Island, one in Canterbury, which was at Christchurch, and one down at Ascot Park.
And that's the only one you've got left to go. I do them over here for Harness Breeders Victoria. We do breeders seminars. Last year we did them as a virtual. We've got 2 this year that we're hoping to get out with some chance. Actually, I should have touched base with CAF, but there is one program for Monday week, today week actually in Shepparton that hopefully might be able to get, because our restrictions have changed a little bit over here with COVID. They change every day. What do yours entail? Because you've been having those ones over there for a long period of time, haven't you?
Yeah, we have. We've been having them for a while. This was the first one I've been involved in. So no, it was quite an eye-opening experience, but it was good to be involved in. Everyone went up on stage and did their presentation, of told everyone why they should breed to their stallions, and it was good because at the end of the day, though, you do sit there and think, gee, I can make a case for every stallion here. You're not quite sure who to go to, but it's good to put a face to the name of the stud and someone to talk to. So no, it was good.
So is it just basically that you go there and you try and sell your stallions that you've got in your care?
Pretty well, yep.
Yeah. So over here they try to do a little bit of that, and also making people aware of how the breeding scene works from all different sort of styles of things. That's not actually what's done at these breeding seminars. It's purely around, we have these stallions available, and please come along and send your mares to them.
Pretty much, yeah, because obviously what you guys have is slightly different. Is your stallions can be based in different states, of course, which makes different bonuses for the progeny. Where we're just one big country that, it's fair game across the board. So you just go and say, look, these are the stallions that we've got. These are their credentials. This is why you should breed to them.
How big a turnout do they get?
Pretty good turnout. Probably about 150 to 200 in the Canterbury one, which is obviously going to be expected to be the biggest one, as that's where just most of the population is, and most of the horses are. But no, it was a good turnout.
Yep, and you'll head down to the Ascot one for the Llowalong Farms?
No, unfortunately I can't make it down there, but there will be a presentation. There will be a presentation done on behalf of the stud.
Very good. I'm sure there will be. I think Kath was looking forward to getting across to them earlier in the year, much earlier than the year. She realised, I think, a little way out that it wasn't going to be possible. Unfortunately, how is it getting the branding out there? Because I think when I first spoke to you the first time you and I spoke, it was Northern Rivers Equine, and for people who aren't aware now, that is actually now the new name of Llowalong Farms. Don't get the name wrong, because you do get a phone call. But how have you enjoyed it? And I would imagine it's probably a little bit more challenging now that you've got to tell people, no, it's a different name, but we've still got Pastor Stephen and Poster Boy to sell.
Yeah, I'm loving it so far. It's fantastic. It's great to see the different part of it. But yeah, the name change has confused a couple people here. You tell them who you are, and they go, "Oh, hang on, I thought Northern Rivers had them." But no, they're getting their head around it. It's good.
If I can talk and do two things at the same time, I will try and get the Llowalong Farms logo up at the same time, because it's important. I think that's half the way of getting the messages out there. I probably should have had it ready, but I'm actually just going to pop it right on the side of your shoulder there, so people can get used to it. But I think that's one of the key messaging to get out there, to change the name. There is a good reason for it, and for those who aren't aware, Kath is one of the most passionate people you could get in harness racing here in Victoria and probably Australia, and trying to do it in a different way. And but yeah, she started their property, hers and Luke's property, up initially as a veterinary clinic, and this year I believe she'll be standing 7, maybe 8 stallions. I think it's 7 stallions. 8 stallions, is it? Yeah.
Well, I had a count up today, and 8 according to the website. So yeah. Yeah,
and she's got a great association with Woodlands. I've got the logo there on that side, with American Ideal and Lather Up both there. Sandy there. Sorry.
And Speeding Spur.
Speeding Spur. Yeah, so that's probably where I got myself confused. Poster Boy, Pastor Stevens, Mel Mara, and what's the last one?
Bacardi Lindy.
Oh, Frozen Seaman.
Right. And Soho Tribeca.
And Soho Tribeca, yes. It's ever evolving. Thank you very much, because otherwise I'd have been in all sorts of trouble. Rob Watson would be watching this, he'd be throwing something at the screen right at the minute for me forgetting. But and that's the thing, she has a great, I suppose, different range of stallions and the likes. And I mean, you've got a small part to play in that at the minute in New Zealand, but I know she's got plans for you to be able to come backwards and forwards, COVID pending, and really starting to ramp up her foothold, what she wants to do in the breeding scene.
Yeah, so far it's been fantastic. Obviously, yeah, as you said, COVID's definitely made things a little bit harder than what potentially would have liked it to be. But no, I was meant to be actually over there, I think, next weekend or the weekend after to see the boys in a stallion parade, but unfortunately, due to COVID, that's not going to happen. I know John Coffey really wanted to get over for our breeding seminars, but again, COVID not being able to happen. So, no, I'm just going to keep trying to do the best I can over here, and hopefully Kath and everyone's happy, and we can continue to grow and see what we can do in the following years.
I think it's been a masterstroke in a way, though, for her, because effectively, if not for you being over there, it'd be very hard for her to get that brand out, especially now that she's changed that brand. At least you're a face that people can put to, and I mean, they can see you, they can go to the races and say, what is the go with Llowalong Farms and Northern Rivers and Pastor Stephen and Poster Boy, so they can get a different handle on what's going on. That's probably key, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Remove myself and anybody that was in this role. I think it's just vital that, yeah, exactly, they've got someone on the ground they can talk to, they can meet face to face for a coffee, they can nut out the nitty gritty stuff, because we are a small breeding country, but at the same time, we're breeding 2,000 odd mares. It's not an extra 2,000 that she needs to be worrying about on top of all the ones in Australia, plus the vet clinic and all else that goes with it. So no, it's definitely probably vital to have someone here.
I must say, you guys probably, it's no good for you Kiwis. We do the Breed to Succeed as an online presentation as we did last year. This year we've got 3 online ones where people can log on to the Facebook account and just watch it online, or you can rock up to 2 of the seminars, and at 2 of those seminars there's a free service fee to American Ideal valued at $12,500 Aussie, and also to Pastor Stevens, which is advertised for $5,500. So that's how serious they are taking it here. And at those seminars, there's going to be 4 vets, two different vets at both places, and plus 4 breeding experts to talk about mating and how they change it all up as well. And then on top of that, there's at least a dozen. I think there's close to 20 stall trade fairs, if you like, of people that are able to rock up everywhere from feed people to other studs, being able to be their mini tube and the like, so people can get their head around it. So they are really good things. But I can't believe the service fees. You can win 2 service fees, and I only found out last night that I can't win one because I don't know why, because I'm not on the committee or nothing. I'm just a man employed to do a job, but I can't win apparently either. So, which is not ideal.
Gee, that's hard, isn't it?
I think so too, mate. I wear that many hats. I also harass the trotters. They're sponsored by Campbells Comments, and they've got a huge range of trotters. They keep changing it up over there too, over here and over there, and it must be good for New Zealand breeding to have so much choice and not necessarily on your back doorstep.
Oh, it is. It's fantastic. It's we had all this American blood, the best of the American blood, and then they start bringing out some of the best of the European and French blood. It's just a complete outcross, and we're injecting speed and stamina and gaits that 10, 15 years ago you'd think just wouldn't be possible. What's on offer now is just unbelievable.
Yeah, it is indeed. And the one thing I will keep saying back to you guys, 2 things that happen for the Kiwis. Very rarely will you find a race or 3 on a card where it's not won by NZ, like someone with that last NZ at the back of their name, at least. And then Sundon and a trotter. The trotters have generally got that Sundon blood in them somewhere along the lines. Generally, it's the first dam still at the minute, but yeah, he just makes a huge impression over here in Australia as much as he does over there in New Zealand. Mate, it was good to see the other day. We actually had a 888 win the other day too for me friends at Woodlands, but it's great to see a horse like him that just really lost himself for a while there after the Inter Dominion series, and Greg and Jess Tubbs Greg Sugars and Jess Tubbs have got him. Looks like they've got him back on track, and 2 good wins this preparation.
Yeah, I saw that today actually, and he's always been a fantastic old horse, and they say change is good as a holiday, and something's changed up with him, and he's just loving life at the moment. He's going super. Yeah,
he is indeed, and as I said, American Ideal, mate. I can rattle off sponsors. I'm not quite as good as Martin Pearson. I think he's as good as I've come across over there. That rattle. Rattling them off. As I said, it's going to be a pretty quiet show today. First file was on the ground though, which is huge. Posted about Friday, I think it was Saturday, I think at Woodlands. The first file hit the ground, so the breeding part is underway, I'm sure.
Absolutely, yeah. No, it was a down by the seaside out of a Bitter's Delight mare, I believe. So it's a good cross there, and we're actually hearing nothing but fantastic things about the down by the seasides. So I'm sure Woodlands have another really good stallion there. But no, very exciting. As we go on, hopefully, we've had sleet and snow and God knows what else today. As weather warms up, hopefully a few more will start dropping, and we'll get right into the breeding season, which should be good.
I'll see if Johnny Stiven watches this. John, I need a weather update, please, because generally when I mention the weather, I'll get a WhatsApp. He'll send me through a picture of what the day is. So we'll see if he's watched us this far through. I'm sure he's got one of the sleet. One thing with Seaside, they've got the greatest hashtag with him, catch the next wave. I reckon it's just very, very good. They tell me Stacey might have been behind that, so I think well done to Stace. Just quickly, Dexter Dunn was huge at Hambletonian Day the other day. Did you guys do you get to see it over there as far as coverage, and did you get to see it and take it all in?
Yeah, we get to see most of the races. Obviously, some aren't exported here, which is a bit of a shame. But I got to see that race, a replay actually. Didn't see it live, but no, it's the goals he's kicking there. We knew he was good here, but to go and do it on the world stage over there, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it is, and it looks a great meeting. I've said this a couple of times that I haven't been there, but I've said to a few people, I'd like to go there, and I get messages all the time. You've got to go, and I'm like, yeah, I think I do, because it started off as a fair race. It started off apparently with roller coasters and merry-go-rounds going around inside of it. It's changed a little bit now, but and did an interview with Duncan McPherson from Aldebaran Park Saturday. They actually bred Son of a Mystery. That took part in it, and he was saying it's a stay-in making race. So Captain Corey is pretty much now guaranteed to be in a stay-in. So it was pretty phenomenal, and great training effort by Aki, having 3 runners in it, and I think he ran first, third, and fifth from memory, or fourth. I can't remember where the other one ran, but first and third anyway. So he goes all right, that bloke.
Yeah, and interesting about the winner. It was by a stallion, Goo Goo Gaga. Only had 1 in it, and he's very, very interestingly bred. As we come into breeding season, he's pretty well by a pacing sire out of a trotting mare. It's very interesting. If you're into your pedigrees, I'd recommend having a look.
I did a discussion on our Breed to Succeed last night. We did a little bit of fun with Nick Hooper, the president, and he's out of he's by a sire. I think you go back 3 or 4 generations, and Cam Fella's there, and it's unusual. And he stands in Sweden now, like this place where they have pure trotting bred horses, and yet this horse and it was off Aki's recommendation. He actually recommended to the Swedes that they should have this horse standing over there. It changes up. That's the thing. Brett Coffey's great monarchy over here. Breeding is cool, and it is really, really cool. So yeah. Out of curiosity, Cam, do you know what Goo Goo Gaga is or not?
I mean, I put it to the Queen song, or
that's okay. No, as long as you knew it was a song, I was happy with that. I was thinking, he's that young, he might not actually know that it's a song. I'm glad you knew it was a song.
Some credit, jeez.
Well, you're only a baby, mate. I wasn't 100% sure. And I recommend anyone look up that horse's pedigree, but also watch the race. He's just a brilliant trotter. He's got an unusual style, but geez, a lovely trotter, isn't he, Captain Corey?
Yeah. Yes.
I've got to feel sorry for Corey Callahan, because that's apparently who the horse was named after. Yet he drove at the meeting, but he didn't get a drive on him. So I don't know how that all worked. But yeah, it would have been pretty cool. I only caught. We were able to watch it over here on Facebook. The Meadowlands occasionally go live on Facebook, and when they do, I recommend you should follow them, because when they do, it's just brilliant coverage. And yeah, they're alluding to it in the coverage that he was named after the driver Corey Callahan, but whether he changed connections or what, I don't know. So anyway, nothing else for me, Cam?
No, I don't think so. Just same old. If you want to breed to one of the boys, Pastor Stephen or Poster Boy, let me know, and I'm more than happy to talk to you.
Absolutely, and don't forget his logo's just there it's basically on his shoulder there, Llowalong Farms. As I see, that's Calf Macintosh, but that is the old Northern Rivers. But now the banner in which you'll be operating under. No hats for you from Llowalong Farms, or jackets or anything yet either, mate, I gather?
Oh, got a uniform and a bit of clothing, but it's all Northern Rivers, so
You've got to wait for the Llowalong Farm branding.
Yeah, you need to get the new branding in. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm in the same boat, it doesn't matter. But anyway, we'll get the word out there. Mate, very shortened New Zealand show. I think I haven't even spoke to Cam Bray. It's good when he gets busy. I think they're doing yearling inspections. He doesn't annoy you as much. He has a lot of ideas, and he keeps ringing you all the time. It's good when he's busy. Absolutely,
and I can't say I felt too sorry for him inspecting horses in the sleet this morning either.
I think Mitch Davis is with him, isn't he?
Yeah. No, I saw Mitch today, and he was down. So, and he's from up in Auckland, where I think their coldest day would get to about 10 degrees. If they get below in single digits, they think it's back in Antarctica. So, no, he had a bit of a shock to the system.
Yeah, I found that when I was at the weanling sales. They kept saying, "Oh, how cold it gets, how cold it gets," and I'm like, "This weather's brilliant because Bendigo gets a lot colder than that as well." So yeah, they are a bit soft up there. I think they get a bit used to the nice office weather and that they get it pretty easy.
Absolutely. Like, I think down here, albeit, yes, I was in an office today, but I think it got to a high of about 2 degrees.
Oh. I bet you Cam Bray may have had the beanie on because he is definitely follically tested, but living in denial. But anyway, Cam Kirkwood, thank you very much. As I said, a very short New Zealand show this week. I had a little bit on. Plus, there's probably not as much going on, but thank you very much for just giving an update for the breeding seminars. If people still want to go to that last one, do they just contact, who do they contact there, do you know?
Yeah, contact Brad Reed from the Standardbred Breeders Association.
Yep, I caught up with Brad last week. I should have... Sorry?
He was on the other week, wasn't he?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, so I should have remembered that. So yeah, get in touch with Brad and make sure you get there and visit it. I'm sure the Southern Bred guys will all be there. So yep, it'll be fine. All right, mate. Thank you so much. And as I said, I'll be in touch. Yeah, hopefully we can get a bit more going out there in the next few weeks. But Llowalong Farms, do not forget Pastor Stevens and Poster Boy. Make sure you look them up. Thank you very much, Cam.
Beautiful. No worries. Thank you.